March 2024. A container ship carrying $40 million in cargo drifts through the Gulf of Guinea. The captain notices something on radar. Small boats. Moving fast. Within 12 minutes, armed men will board this vessel. They will hold the crew at gunpoint for 72 hours. And when it's over, they will vanish into the night untraceable, unpunished, and already planning their next attack. You've been told piracy ended centuries ago. That it belongs in history books and children's movies. But right now, as you watch this video, there are pirates operating on every major ocean. They are organized. They are armed. And they are making billions. This is how modern pirates really live and why no one can stop them. The numbers are staggering. Over 120 pirate attacks were reported last year alone. The real number is likely triple that, most go unreported. Shipowners don't want the publicity. Insurance companies don't want the claims. And governments don't want to admit they've lost control of international waters. Modern piracy operates in three major hotspots. The Gulf of Guinea, off West Africa, is now the deadliest. Here, pirates don't just steal cargo, they kidnap entire crews, holding them in jungle camps until ransoms are paid. Average payment, over $1 million per crew. The Strait of Malacca, between Malaysia and Indonesia, sees different tactics. These pirates work fast, boarding ships, stealing valuables and cash, disappearing before authorities can respond. Some attacks last less than 20 minutes. Then there's the coast of Somalia, the region that made modern piracy infamous. After years of international naval patrols, attacks dropped significantly. But they never stopped. And now, as the world's attention has shifted elsewhere, they're rising again. But here's what most people never understand: pirates don't emerge from nowhere. They are created. By poverty. By failed states. By a global system that exploits some waters while ignoring the people who live beside them. To understand modern pirates, you must first understand what made them. Consider Somalia. Before piracy became an industry, Somali fishermen watched foreign vessels destroy their livelihood. Illegal fishing fleets from Europe and Asia stripped their waters bare. Toxic waste was dumped off their coast, barrels of chemical and nuclear material that washed ashore, poisoning communities. The Somali government had collapsed. There was no coast guard. No navy. No one to stop the exploitation. So fishermen began arming themselves. First to protect their waters. Then to demand payment from passing ships. Then to hijack them entirely. What started as desperate self-defense became organized crime. Local warlords saw opportunity. They provided weapons, boats, intelligence. In return, they took most of the ransom money. The fishermen turned pirates? Most earned only a few $1,000s per operation, enough to feed their families for months in a country where there was no other option. The real money flows upward. Investigators have traced ransom payments through Dubai, through Nairobi, through London. Shell companies. Cryptocurrency. Lawyers who specialize in what they call maritime negotiations. There is an entire industry built around piracy, and most of it operates legally. But it gets darker. In the Gulf of Guinea, evidence suggests some pirates receive inside information. They know which ships carry valuable cargo. They know crew schedules. They know when naval patrols will be elsewhere. This means someone on the inside, port officials, shipping company employees, possibly even government contacts, is feeding them intelligence. Piracy at this level isn't random violence. It's a business with investors, informants, and profit margins. The men who board ships with assault rifles are often the lowest level of a sophisticated network. They take the risks. They face the gunfire. And if caught, they take the punishment. Meanwhile, the architects of these operations remain untouchable, protected by corruption, geography, and the simple fact that international law was never designed for this kind of crime. Here is what shipping companies will never publicly discuss. Many of them have accepted piracy as a cost of business. Insurance premiums in high-risk waters can exceed $500,000 per voyage. Some companies calculate that it's cheaper to pay occasional ransoms than to reroute ships or hire extensive security. This creates a disturbing incentive. As long as ransoms get paid, piracy remains profitable. As long as piracy remains profitable, it continues. The cycle feeds itself. But some companies have chosen a different path, one that exists in legal gray zones. Private military contractors now offer armed escort services. Former Navy SEALs, British Special Forces veterans, South African mercenaries. They travel on commercial ships through dangerous waters, carrying automatic weapons and rules of engagement that vary by flag state. These contractors operate in a shadow world. Some countries allow armed guards on vessels. Others prohibit them entirely. So weapons get stored in floating armories, ships anchored in international waters where no single nation's laws apply. Guards pick up their rifles when entering danger zones and drop them off when leaving. It's a privatized naval force, accountable to no government. And it works. Ships with armed guards are almost never successfully hijacked. Pirates prefer soft targets. But this solution raises uncomfortable questions. When private military forces operate beyond national jurisdiction, who controls them? When a guard kills a pirate even in clear self-defense, which court has authority? These questions remain unanswered because powerful interests prefer ambiguity. There's another reality few discuss openly. Some governments benefit from piracy. Not directly, but indirectly. Piracy in a rival nation's waters damages that nation's economy, discourages foreign investment, justifies military presence. Intelligence agencies have long understood that chaos can be useful. There is no evidence that major powers actively support pirates. But there is evidence that some have been slow to stop them when doing so serves strategic interests. The shipping lanes of the world carry 90% of global trade. Whoever controls those lanes, or creates instability in them, holds enormous leverage. Modern pirates are not romantic outlaws. They are symptoms of a broken system, products of exploitation, poverty, and the failure of international cooperation. They are also tools, whether they know it or not, in larger games of power and profit. The ships keep sailing. The attacks continue. And somewhere tonight, another crew is facing armed men climbing over the railings, wondering if anyone will come to help. Some systems aren't designed to be fixed. They're designed to be managed. And perhaps that's the most unsettling truth of all. If this changed how you see the world, subscribe. Beyond the system. We question what others accept.